United States citizens, black people, white people, we're not safe in this.
If you are a legal citizen inside of the United States of America, you have nothing to worry about. If you came over here legally, you have nothing to worry about. If you are a descendant of slaves, you have nothing to worry about.
Some 20 million citizens of the United States stand at risk of being deported or having their citizenship revoked. The crime? A flaw, often a typo, often unknown to them, that occurred when their papers for naturalization were being processed. Revoking citizenship is not exactly new. It was used quite a lot in the US at the start of the 1900s, but the process is said to be on the increase, with a new office in LA dedicated to investigating denaturalization, targeting thousands. Well, to tell us more, we're joined on set by Professor Amanda Frost from American University's Washington College of Law. Professor Frost, tell me about this increase in trying to denaturalize, take away people's citizenships. I mean, where does that come from? Is it already happening?
Yes. So denaturalization, unfortunately, has a long history in the United States. The United States denaturalized more than 20,000 people in the first half of the 20th century. That's more than any other democracy. So we have an unfortunate history and a history of using it for political purposes. So labor leaders were denaturalized. The famous anarchist Emma Goldman lost her citizenship. But then in 1967, our Supreme Court said, no, enough. It's unconstitutional. We have protections for citizenship. The government cannot take away citizenship lightly. And for about 50 years, both Republicans and Democrat administrations did not use denaturalization, or very rarely. Former war criminals, Nazi officials who'd escaped to the U.S., who had lied about their past, they were denaturalized. About 10 or 11 people a year, that was it. Now, over the last 2 years, we've seen a very sharp increase in denaturalization under the Trump administration.
And where does that come from? Because it did start a little bit earlier than when Trump came to office and has gotten increasingly worse.
Yes, and in fact, the Obama administration really started the effort, but in a very small-scale way. What happened was there was fingerprints of individuals who'd been found to have committed immigration violations in the early 1990s, and they took fingerprints but never uploaded them into a database. So 20 years later, they realized there were a few people who'd received citizenship who maybe shouldn't have. And the Obama administration started to investigate this. But they also said, we're not going to denaturalize every person for whom we discovered a flaw in the past. If somebody has proven themselves to be a good citizen, no criminal record, they lived in the U.S. many years, they are married to a U.S. citizen or have close relatives who are U.S. citizens, we will not denaturalize them, even if under the law we could. That's what's changed.
Indeed, because reading some of the articles about in the last 2 years, people who have been living maybe 3 decades in the U.S.
Yes.
are now having that citizenship revoked and they've committed no crime.
Yes, exactly. So the first 3 men who were targeted under what's called Operation Janus, which is the name both the Obama administration and now the Trump administration used for their denaturalization program, the first 3 men targeted have all been citizens for more than 10 years, have no criminal convictions, and at least 2 of them are married to U.S. citizens. So these are people who have been long-time, upstanding U.S. citizens and then lived in the U.S. for decades more. And yet now they have lost their citizenship or in the process of losing it and could be deported.
Which affects their whole families, their American-born U.S. citizen children, their U.S. wives. But why have they had this revoked? I mean, where does the motivation come from?
So that is a great question. And I pull back the lens and look at the immigration policies generally of the Trump administration. I think it fits within these policies generally. The Trump administration, like many before it, started off by targeting undocumented immigrants, those who are not legally in the U.S. But where I see the Trump administration as being different is there's an anti-immigrant sentiment throughout the administration, sometimes very expressly stated, other times less expressed, but clear in the policies. And what they're trying to do is discourage people from coming to the United States, even legally. So if you look at the travel ban, for example, that President Trump put into place his first week in office, it targeted legal immigrants, including green card holders, people who had a permanent right to remain in the U.S. When you look at the policy for H-1B visas, those are visas for professionals who are experts, who employers want to hire from other countries. It's now more difficult to get those visas.
Loud because I want you Trump. Hear that song, okay? Again. Yo quiero que todo el mundo lo cante fuerte. Para que nuestro presidente la escuche. ¿Ok? En español bien ahorita. Bien ahora. So, tranquilito. Come on.